Welcome to Wednesday Word. My name is Fred Kass. Our reading this week is Psalm 6, a psalm of David. Before we talk about the psalm, if you'll forgive me, I want to talk about something that at first may seem far afield, and that's superheroes. I grew up with Superman. Superman actually made his debut in comics in the 1930s. And in the 1940s, Superman was a radio show. By the 50s, when I was a young kid, Superman was a popular TV show. And by the 70s and 80s, there were big budget movies. But with the introduction of a whole genre of superheroes, somehow Superman was always the touchstone for me. Superman established the genre for all the superheroes to come. First of all, they all have to wear outlandish costumes. The struggle between good and evil can't be waged by someone wearing khakis and a button-down shirt. Superheroes need distinctive names, at least when they're battling evil. And superheroes need to have at least one superpower. Since then, a wide variety of superheroes has evolved, and movies about them have grossed many billions of dollars internationally. But they all continue to meet those Superman criteria. They have a costume, they have a distinctive name, and they have a superpower. So I've been thinking a little about what superpower I'd like to have. Flying would be okay, but I'd need to get over my fear of heights. Jumping over tall buildings, particularly in a single bound, as they used to say, that would be very cool. And X-ray vision would be amazing. But what I'd really like is something at once that's both simpler and much more complicated. For my superpower, I'd like the ability to go back in time and undo a few things I did, things that I wish I had never done, frankly. And I also think of times in the past when I remained idle, and I wish I could go back and take the steps, do the things that would have made a difference. Tragically, humans don't have the ability to do that. And amazingly, as far as I can tell, superheroes can't do that either. They can fly, they can lift buildings, they can see through walls. But even though the most powerful of them can't fix regret, can't undo sin, and can't will forgiveness, which of course brings us to David, who wrote Psalm 6 as a plea to the Lord for mercy. We don't know the sin for which David sought the Lord's deliverance. But Psalm 6 makes it tragically clear how much he was suffering. And in the last lines of the psalm, David pours out his heart with praise for God, for hearing his cries, and for accepting his prayer. God doesn't wear a costume. He has no made-up fancy name. His holy name is as old as Scripture. But in the end, it is only the Lord who possesses the one superpowers that really matter. The power to relieve anguish, the power to forgive sin, the power to answer prayer. And it is David in Psalm 6 who beautifully describes why the Lord has always been the only superhero that we have ever really needed.
This has been Wednesday Word with the Free Methodist Church of Santa Barbara. We hope that you will join us for worship this week. For information about our service times, visit fmcsb.org.